group members are Shania.S, Precious Headland, Rihanna Ciceran, Cameron Felix, and Aisha Debik. Our topic looks at self-esteem and academic performance.
Now, with regards to Health Direct 2021, everyone occasionally criticizes themselves. However, if one does this frequently or consistently assesses oneself poorly, this may be low self-esteem. While according to today's et al. 2022, academic performance or achievement is the extent to which a student, teacher, or institution has attained their long or short-term educational goal. And this is typically measured by continuous assessment or cumulative grade point average, which we may all know as GPA. According to Muhammad 2010, good academic achievement has been linked to high self-esteem. Therefore, this posits that in order to have a high self-esteem, one must firstly have a good academic achievement. According to Festinger and Carl Smith in 1957, the cognitive dissonance theory occurs when attitudes and behaviors are not consistent with each other, as they hypothesize that individuals have an innate desire to maintain harmony and prevent discomfort in all attitudes and behaviors of their lives. And as such, these individuals will take actions to lessen the discomfort that they may be feeling. Now, while these two questions may seem the opposite of each other, how do students' self-esteem impact students' learning, and how do grades impact the self-esteem of students? According to a study published in the Journal of Applied Sciences, there's a remarkable association between students' academic achievement and self-esteem. And with reference to William Pierce University, poor self-esteem often has a negative impact on academic achievement, and this may possibly or hypothetically be due to the theory of cognitive dissonance. However, as noteworthily, since self-esteem and academic success seems to be positively correlated to the American college population, this suggests that college students' overall success and mental health benefits from addressing self-esteem concerns, which may hypothetically be related to the theory of cognitive dissonance. Hence, this research aims to study the relationship between self-esteem and academic performance amongst university students, and sampling a mixture of undergraduate students at the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, including a diversity of faculties and genders. Now, our main research question is, what is the relationship between self-esteem and academic performance among university students in the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine? Our follow-up research questions are, in one academic year between semesters 1 and 2, does the stress levels of university students at UB St. Augustine caused by negative self-esteem and academic performance contribute to a great extent to the depletion of students' mental health? Secondly, between semesters 1 and 2, in one academic year, are university students at UB St. Augustine susceptible to feel overwhelmed and to give up due to their self-esteem and academic performance and affected by negative feedback? Thirdly, between semesters 1 and 2 in one academic year, are university students at UB St. Augustine inclined to feel encouraged to keep on going regarding the positive impacts of their self-esteem and academic performance simulated by positive feedback from assignments? And finally, between semesters 1 and 2 in one academic year, do lecturers contribute to a large extent the positive or negative feelings associated with self-esteem among university students at UB St. Augustine campus?
So, as I'm sure we all know, self-esteem has a pivotal role to play in all our lives, but most notably students. It affects your mood, work ethic, decision-making abilities, and in the case of students, academic performance. In an article we found by TUS, self-esteem is the totality of a person's evaluation of his worth. Supported by William Pierce University, undergraduate students who base their self-worth on academic performance may study harder and longer but experience more stress. They then regress into a self-esteem or stress cycle. Also by DeMello, high self-esteem correlates highly with self-reported happiness, which may arise from a feeling of competency, goal-directedness, and self-efficacy, which may then lead to them scoring well in exams. So self-esteem allows students to feel more capable of academic tasks. And this stress, together with the self-fulfilling prophecy, one of the many theories we are utilizing in our research, has a profound impact on the student's academic performance. It basically refers to when teachers make invalid assumptions about a student. The student conforms to this, eventually believing in themselves by embodying the characteristics, making them perform good or bad. Also to note, we will be utilizing the cognitive dissonance theory, as Shania aforementioned, self-fulfilling prophecy, and Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
How is self-esteem measured? The Rosenberg self-esteem scale, or RC, is widely used for evaluating individual self-esteem. The Rosenberg scale, developed by Morris Rosenberg in 1965, was initially created to gauge high school student self-esteem. These are the items from the 10-item scale. I will rate 2 of the items. On the whole, I am satisfied with myself. I wish I could have more respect for myself. As well, our research indicates that self-esteem, self-efficacy, and self-concept are all linked. According to Bandura, self-efficacy refers to an individual's belief in his or her capacity to execute behaviors necessary to produce specific performance achievement. Meanwhile, according to TUS, self-concept is the knowledge of oneself as understood by the context to which one belongs. It is typically composed of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors one associates with oneself.
So let's discuss our methodology. Our proposed topic will follow a qualitative method to critically explore and describe the manner in which self-esteem affects student academic performance. The method aims to obtain data from a purposely selected group of individuals rather than a statistically representative sample of a broader population. According to the University of Texas Arlington Libraries, the goal of qualitative research is to gain a thorough understanding of the social phenomena in their natural environment. It relies on the first-hand experiences of people of the meaning-making agents in their daily lives and emphasizes the why rather than the what of the social phenomena. Our group made a decision by choosing focus group as our instruments to be used for our data collection. According to NUMBA, focus group discussions is frequently used as a qualitative approach to gain an in-depth understanding of social issues. As a group, we think that this approach is the most appropriate for this study because the responses we need from our participants will be subjective and insightful, allowing participants to share their opinions, expressions, and experiences rather than being merely restricted to yes or no questions. So due to the rarity of this research topic, with regards to the Caribbean University population, we had to carefully select our sampling technique. Therefore, this leads to our selection of focus group, which is a research method that brings together a small group of individuals to answer the questions in a controlled setting. Our intentions for our focus group are students in both the Faculty of Humanities and Education and in the Social Science, who have completed the courses SciMed Tech and Law and Gov. This focus group will be conducted online via Microsoft Teams at our participants' convenience. Added to that, our sampling technique chosen is convenience sampling because our participants are located right here on the St. Augustine campus. According to Urban Institute, focus group participants are chosen based on predetermined characteristics. These characteristics are usually similar, although they are unfamiliar with each other.
Okay, so you might ask why focus groups? So with focus groups, our data is less quantifiable as we have the avoidance of yes or no questions. So basically, we are giving the participants space to be themselves and say exactly how they feel. So our data will be much more detailed. And according to Gibbs, focus groups allows for researchers to be able to draw upon respondents' behaviors, attitudes, beliefs, and experiences. So what is the benefits of focus groups? The first benefit is that it is time efficient. So there is no space between communication between the researcher and the participant, as the researcher will receive immediate feedback. So the data will be immediately generated. The second benefit is that it is ideal for our type of study. So as undergrad students, we will be conducting cross-sectional studies. And since based on the nature of focus groups, it fits perfectly for our type of study. So the third benefit is that it allows for clarity between the researcher and the participant. So whether or not the focus groups will be conducted physically or virtually, which in this case it will be virtually, any misunderstanding between the participant and the researcher will be immediately rectified. As the researcher will kind of be able to tell the participants' facial expressions, and we can see if they are confused, if they are confused, they can let us know. If they clarify the question, we can be able to re-explain it to them, and we can be able to adequately explain and answer the question to their best ability. So the fourth benefit is that the researcher and the participant will be able to connect more authentically. So since we have access to our facial expressions and tone of voice, they'll be able to build some kind of chemistry between us and the participant. So in that way, the participant will feel much more comfortable to answer questions, and it is just much more beneficial. So our results will be much more accurate compared to the respondents filling out a blank page, like a questionnaire. So the last benefit is that we can pick up on this honesty. So of course, we are 100% sure whether or not the participant is honest with us, but it lessens the possibility as we can kind of tell from the facial expression and body language if there's any hesitancy or uncomfortability answering any question that we might have. So let's talk about data analysis. So I break down the three simple steps, which is first, transparently focus group recordings, second, identifying major themes and organizing the data, and third, interpreting the themes and ISV text. So of course, since we did not conduct data as a way, conduct research as a way, we cannot be sure what our data might present. However, we plan to ask questions geared towards the participants' self-esteem as well as their academic performance. So in terms of self-esteem, we plan to ask questions such as how formal you are your boundaries in friendships and relationships. And we plan to ask questions based on the academic aspect. How confident are you in participating in class discussions, and how sure you are of yourself while answering questions. So in conclusion, we have completed our presentation, and we have discussed our topic, which is self-esteem and academic performance. We present our literature review, in which our research was able to be much more defined based on previous findings. We highlighted themes which we found applicable to our topic. And lastly, we discussed our methodology, in which we explain why we chose focus groups, the benefits of this method of data collection, as well as the data analysis.
Please see our references.